I'm vengeance.
What's up? AW here, guys. AW here. Just a minute, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Welcome to episode 49. Let's talk pop with your host AW here. Aaron will order. So yeah, welcome, guys. Hello to everybody that's here or will show up later. I'd like to welcome you. Please, whatever. This is episode 49. Let's talk pop. Before I get into this, subscribe, like, share, whatever. Do all that typical YouTube stuff. And yeah, let's get into this. So, episode 49, we're going to talk. Let me get the banner out. We're going to talk chapter 5 and 6. Now, obviously, I'm combining these two episodes into one stream for Ahsoka. Episode 5 or 6, they do tie in, or the whole series ties in. This is spoilers, obviously. So yeah, so you know the drill. If you care about spoilers, don't watch the stream, please. If you don't care about spoilers, then you can watch the stream. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. So let's go briefly over these two episodes. Okay? Briefly. Thrawn is back. You get to see Thrawn. Here's episode 6. We get to see Thrawn. Episode 6, the end. We get to see Ezra. Ezra's back. Two big characters have returned. Thrawn and Ezra. Episode 5. We get to see a bit more of Anakin / Darth Vader. Okay? And no, it was not the real Darth Vader of Anakin, where people thought it's just a stupid takes. It's on Twitter last week about Anakin / Darth Vader, knowing it's not the real one. But yeah, okay. So let's get through this stuff. Okay, I do have a headset here. Invitations will go out. And please comment. Did I give one of the grand? Oh my god, I don't think I did. All right, I'm back in it. Let's go. Let's do this. Episode 5. Episode 6. Let's do this. And let me put my headset. We're gonna go to 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. That's what we're gonna do. 8 o'clock. And I need some people in the comments. Come on, comment. All right. What do we get of episode 5? Well, we see that Hera and the rest and everybody else land, land, and they're looking for Ahsoka. They know Sabine's been taken away. They're looking for Ahsoka. Of course, Ahsoka's been knocked into the water, the ocean, whatever. Previously we think she might be dead, right? Oh, you're headed home? Okay. Okay. And we know that, right? They go to search for it. And Hera and who she took with them to help out Ahsoka, that was not approved, right? That was not approved. They went on their own accord to help Ahsoka and Sabine. They went on their own accord without the permission of the council. We know that. And now, since they can't find Ahsoka, they know Morgan and all of them. They obviously went to hyperspeed to locate, to go to basically a different galaxy. A different galaxy. So episode 5 did not have any of. Obviously, no Sabine was in it. No Morgan. No Balin. No Sin. They were not in it. There was not. It was not a villain-oriented show. But we get to see that Ahsoka is in the other world, the world between worlds, and we get to see that Anakin, right, her former master. Now this is not Anakin, the real Anakin. I understand, George. I understand. Uh, Now, Hera brings her son along. We know that she brings her son, Jason, along. Well, I said Hera was really stupid for bringing her in the 4th episode her son, because it's very dangerous. But episode 5, obviously, it makes sense why he is there now, because he is force sensitive, and he is very useful in this episode. Now we get to Anakin. Anakin and Ahsoka, master and apprentice, whatever, and you do flashback of the Clone Wars. And you can see how Ahsoka is questioning everything the Jedi do, what they represent, what they're made, what they're for. Supposed to be like peacekeepers, peace negotiators, stuff like that, diplomats. But obviously in the Clone Wars, they had to take on a different role. Anakin is trying to tell her that it's different right now, and you can sense these anger, Anakin, and you can sense how Anakin is, and how you can see some of the dark side coming, some of the darkness of Anakin harbors at that time, and you can sense when he walks through the smoke, the fog, and you see a shadowy Darth Vader figure, right, right in the red lightsaber, whatever. And there was scenes where you see Anakin looks normal Jedi, and then you see the darkness of Anakin, the more dark Sith like Anakin before he becomes Darth Vader, obviously. And this is a test. This is a test for Ahsoka, right? The will to live, to die, and she has to overcome this, right? Her own faults, because you could tell she still doubts herself in this show. And she has to choose: is she willing to fight, willing to live or die, and drown? Let herself drown, basically, right? Let herself drown in the water. and it was good. It was good. It was a lesson. It was like you could say it was the final lesson Anakin had to teach Ahsoka. The final lesson, because Ahsoka left the Jedi Order a long time ago. Same as Balin. We'll get to episode 6, and I like that. I like why Balin in episode 6 his reasoning for what he's doing. And I don't know, a couple months ago, the Grassy tweeted me how the Star Wars universe works in terms of the political side of things. And I'm gonna get to that a little bit later on with Balin and his motives. Maybe that's the reason why he decided to take the jobs for Morgan and whatever, because he just wants to end whatever. But we see that, and so she conquers the final mission and lives, and still Jason with using his, because he's force sensitive, be able to detect where she possibly means, tells his mother Hera, and Hera tells the rest of the crew that came with her to do a sweep around the water again, right? A water again, a couple more times, and they eventually just found Ahsoka. Now, with the map destroyed, right? The map is destroyed, right? Ahsoka touches the map and uses, her mind, what she could. She touches the map and sees what in her mind. She sees what happened to Sabine. And Sabine gave the map willingly, right? Willingly to Balin, not forcefully, but willingly, right? Because of the promise that Balin said to Balin, because of the promise Balin gave to her, right? Yo, blind, what's up? And as to see Ezra again, and we're going to episode 6 because he did promise her and kind of fulfilled. Two more, I believe, 7, 8, 2 more. Okay, so now, Ahsoka has to find a way to get to the galaxy that Balin, Shin, Morgan, and wherever where the map leads, where Thrawn is, what the planet where Thrawn is in that galaxy. Now they have to get to there, right? And there's no ship that has the capability to get there. And so they use these giant rails. To somehow have hyperdrive, hyperspeed. These giant whale-like creatures in the sky that could fly. Okay? And you see them flying, and you see Ahsoka come out of the ship and touch the whale to calm it down, because it's Jedi stuff. They could do that. And that whale, that big whale, I would call it the alpha whale, because there's rails and there's the whale flying rails. Yeah, I call them rails. And there's a bigger rail. It's kind of like basically how animals are, right? There's always the one alpha in the herd, or whatever, any other, whatever you call them, stuff with other animals, herds, whatever, with right, the families, whatever. There always is one. So see that one opened its mouth, and that mouth was able to that whale was mouth was able to open up the mouth wide enough for the ship to come in, and there the ship go and they go. Ahsoka goes back into their ship with Huan, and they fly into the whale's mouth, and then the whale, well, could do hyperspeed, and it could go to any galaxy apparently. Yeah. Now this episode features Anakin, and I know there's people in it last week, not this week, whipping on, oh my god, Ahsoka made Anakin look so weak, made Vader look so weak. I'm like, dude, that's not the real Darth Vader. That's not the real Anakin. That's just her. That's just an image in her mind. Okay, that's not. Heck, I could put Superman in my mind and have me fight Superman, and I can not one punch Superman if I wanted to. Okay, but that's ridiculous. Even if I did imagine myself fighting Superman would probably still beat me. Let's be honest. Oh yeah, I know the certain scooper. The certain scooper I showed to my friends who were in the chat. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The Disney Vader, Disney Star Wars Vader, whatever you want. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. No, some really. I'm like, dude, this is not. The show is not about Darth Vader or Anakin. It's about Ahsoka. What do you want her to do? Lose to Vader? Lose to Vader? Lose to an imaginary Vader? Lose to imaginary Anakin? That's not the point. If that's the case, there's no point in watching the show anymore. And she already lost to Balin. No, lose some imaginary friends, guys. Let's lose our imaginary friends. Hi, Anthony. If she lost her mind of her mind, a memory of Anakin, Vader, whatever, she lost it. What's the point of watching the show? I have no faith she's going to be able to stop Thrawn, the Empire, the hire to the Empire. And Thrawn is a piece. Like Thrawn, let me tell you what he's doing, man. He really hates Jedi. Thrawn does not like Jedi or anybody that's Force, but he has Force. It has a Force, and you could tell in Episode 5. It's good. Remove on my Twitter account a fake follower, a bot follower. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm pretty sure. What I was gonna do? Okay. Okay. In this episode, I think it was cool at first. You got to see the Clone Wars stuff. You got to see Rex. You got to see the final lesson Anakin sees. The giant whales look beautiful, but there's not much in. Oh yeah, Hera's in trouble. Hera's in a lot of trouble. She forces Teva's character to kind of play along because the council did sound the ship after an admiral after Hera because they did technically break the law and practically went on this mission without permission, and Carson Teva had to kind of like really play dumb and just play dumb deceptively, buy some time for Hera and Ahsoka to manage, especially Ahsoka, because especially Hera, because technically Ahsoka is not really part of them. She just helps out. But Hera, obviously, since she's a general, it's different. And that's the reason why they sent the ship after Admiral, and Carson Tava had to say, like, oh, yeah, really big whales, big fish, or whatever. I forget. And of course they wouldn't believe. Of course they wouldn't believe him. And then they saw the whales flying through the coming out of the planet through the atmosphere, through this, and they're like, "Oh, get out of the way! Get out of the way!" And then that's episode 5. Episode 6, we get to see. Now this episode 6 is not Ahsoka centric. Okay, this episode focused more on Sabine, and more than Ahsoka. Okay, it's episode 6. Ahsoka was in this episode for like 2 to 5 minutes at max. They were just in the ship, talking with Hulian. She didn't want to talk about stuff, obviously. And that's it, basically. Now we get to a point where in this you know what's funny? Morgan's ship is a freaking Halo, right? It's a Halo. Remember from Halo the game, the Halo? That's what Morgan's ship is. It's basically a Halo. It really, really is. And we open up with a Sabine locked in the cell, locked in a prison on the ship. Balin comes by. He still promised her. He still lives up to his promise. And you see them pull up in the galaxy in this planet where apparently Thrawn is. This is where this planet Morgan's ancestors are from. The Harmony or whatever, the Harmony, maybe if if Degrassi is here, he can correct me. Where Morgan's ancestors are from. And this is apparently where Thrawn is, Ezra is, this planet. This planet is, as you're passing by, getting close to the planet, you see like a lot of dead whales or whatever beings floating near the planet's atmosphere. And so they land on a planet, and it has to be, kind of cuffed. She's still the prisoner. It's good, yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. And so once they land on the planet, they take Sabine as a prisoner. Morgan, Shin, and Balin confront these three. I guess they're not human. I guess there are three witches. I'll call them witches. Okay, basically witches. Yeah, there's witches in the Star Wars universe. And no, God, they did not go to another universe. Okay, I know there's some people theorizing in Star Wars that there's more than one universe. They went to a different galaxy. Okay, there could be more than one galaxy in the universe. Like in real life, we're in the Milky Way galaxy, but there could be another galaxy out there. There's no multiverse in Star Wars. Okay? God. I know some people have a theory, but you could clearly tell there's no multiverse in Star Wars. They just went to a different galaxy, and there's probably millions of galaxies in real life, and probably in the Star Wars universe, and just one universe, okay? So, there. Like, seriously. A universe got more than one galaxy, Yeah, like my Vader cape. This is my Sith. This is a blanket, but this is my Star Wars thing. Okay, so shut up. This is my Jedi robe. Oh, like I'll be like Obi-Wan in Tatooine Desert with the heat. Seriously. And Thrawn's been waiting. They've been, Thrawn's been waiting. There's always somebody got to see what's it called? Shit. A triangle-like ship. I forgot what they call it. The Empire ship is a triangle-like ship. Starfighter? He's been waiting. Yeah. What's it called? Star Destroyer. The Star Destroyer. Star Destroyer. It's been there. Okay? And Thrawn's like, he's been waiting. He knew Morgan to come back for him. And he's ready, man. He's ready he's ready. And on a Star Destroyer ship, he still has stormtroopers with him. Stormtroopers, and they're. I don't think they cleaned. I'm pretty. I don't think they cleaned their armor at all. They look pretty dirty. They still look like they have dirt or whatever. Their armor looks rusty and dirty, and obviously, I guess they don't have. I guess they don't have workstations, workbenches, or whatever laundry where they could clean their armor. Like on the Star Destroyer, I guess they don't have that because they really look like they've been fighting. They've been fighting. It looks like they've been wars. It looks like they've been fighting on that planet. And there are locals on this planet. This planet is not a deserted planet, okay? This planet is not a deserted planet. It's not like when Thrawn and Ezra got there, this planet was deserted with no life. This planet had life on it. Has life on it. And now Balin, and Morgan introduces Balin and Shin, his apprentice, to Thrawn. And Sabine kind of gets introduced to Thrawn too. And he's no Sabine. He knows Sabine. He knows, remember the past and all that, and why Sabine's there to look for Ezra. And Balin said to Thrawn, "She's my prisoner. She's my prisoner. She's my responsibility. I promise her that she'll find Ezra. That she can find Ezra." Okay, and Thrawn kind of honored that promise, right? He let Sabine go, gave her some sort of a transportation, even weapon. They even gave her weapons and her lightsaber back, and they let her off to find Ezra. But here's the catch: Thrawn obviously has something up his sleeve, right? Because he does not like Jedi, and I don't think he likes the Force in general. I got the sense he does not like Balin either. He doesn't trust Balin either. And I just don't think he likes the Force. Anybody that's the Force. Whether you're Sith, Jedi, or in between, whatever. Or not. I just don't think he likes anybody with the Force. And I think he has the Force. He's a little Force sensitive. I think he is a little Force sensitive. No, he's not. He might not be. The richest might be Force sensitive. The richest might be. That's because when Sabine let Sabine go off on the plan and search for Ezra, right? Thrawn basically ordered Balin and Shin to go after her and kill her once they're reunited, right? With Ezra, to kill them both. But here's the thing. Thrawn once they left, Thrawn kind of betrayed them in a way. He said his goal is to get off this exile and go back, right? Even if it means leaving Shin and Balin on this planet, on deserted island, this planet. He has no intention of having them come back with him and come back from exile. There's no intention of that. It was a betrayal, but he was basically would betray Balin and Shin. Now Shin and we get a sense on that, right? I don't think they got a sense. I think they'll figure it out. And I don't know what road. Like, I don't think Balin is gonna I don't know Balin and Shin. I don't know how this is gonna turn out in 7-8. Because it could be one of those things where you have villains, it happens all the time. Villains do betray each other, right? It happens all the time. It could be one of those things, one villain takes out the other villain, whatever. I don't know. Because I think there's going to be something going on 7-8 between Balin and Thrawn and all that. They're going to figure out that Thrawn has no intention of bringing them back with them. Okay, and so we get Sabine being attacked by bandits, or seems like bandits. She manages to take them out. Then her and her transportation, they walk, and they manage to, there's these little rocks, big rocks, that turn out to be, it's funny, a species, crab species, but it's funny, they had suits on. Now they talk in a very funny language. I think it's the native language of the planet. It's funny. They're kind of cute, but they look like shellfish with a big shell, but they actually have suits. They have kind of weird, funny suits. They do, and they take Sabine to the village. Okay, before we get to the village, to their village. Okay, we see that Shin and Balin look at the dead bandits. That means they know Sabine was there, right? They know that Sabine was here, and took out these bandits. It means they're close, and they can use it. And the bandits from high ground were kind of spying on them. And the bandit said, and Balin said, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." But we get to that, and Shin asked Balin, what?" Asked Balin, why is it for you? What's this all about, basically, right? And Balin's like gives her the story that he saw he was there for Order 66, how the Jedi Order fell, why his empire and all that. And basically he said it's the same cycle over and over again. You get the rise of the empire, the fall of the empire, rise of the republic, fall of the republic, a new fascist government takes place. That fascist government falls, a new republic, democracy government takes place, a new fascist, something like another empire comes up, and he's kind of right. I know that, Anthony. I know that. I don't care about that right now. Right? He's kind of right. He was kind of right because it's happened. That's very common in the Star Wars universe, where we have these different styles of governments of taking power and control. Right? He's kind of right. He's right. And Balin just says he wants it to stop. He wants it to stop. The cycle to stop. And if you know Star Wars, he's kind of right. He's kind of right. And I'm glad they acknowledged that. It's kind of glad they acknowledged. DeGrasse told me that. Okay? In the DMs a long time ago. Oh, Star Wars timeline, what it's really about. And Balin just wants that to stop. He just wants the cycle to stop. My guess is, from his past, he's seen a lot of things. He sees a lot of things. And it's made his view of the galaxy very, very jaded, and that both sides are both black and white instead of gray. And he just wants it all to stop, and that's his motive behind everything. And he's willing to do anything to see that, so the cycle would stop. Okay, and my back hurts right now. Oh my god, I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. Okay, right? At the village, we see Sabine at the village, and guess who appears at the village? Ezra is at the village. And they hug and they make up. Ezra has returned. I told you, everybody, that Ezra would be in the same place as Thrawn and not Merrick. It didn't make no sense. And there's proof right here. And he did grow a beard. He did grow facial hair because obviously he got older. They all get older, obviously, and he gets older. Grew a beard, and we see Ezra there. And my guess is he's been hiding from Thrawn because he did say that the village he stayed with those crab-like species, they tend to move a lot, pack up and move a lot. There's obviously probably a reason why. They're probably like trying to protect Ezra and their species, probably from not just Thrawn and stormtroopers, but probably from bandits, wherever species out there that's a threat. Okay. And by the way, they're meeting right now. That's a threat. But Thrawn's agenda is just to get his goal is just to get away the galaxy. He doesn't care if he doesn't really care if he strands Shin and Balin on the planet. His goal is just to leave the exile. And now the witches come back. They sense that a Jedi is coming. Ahsoka is coming. And Morgan thought Ahsoka was dead, but apparently she's not. She's not. Ahsoka is not dead. Right? We know that. And she's coming. Right? She's coming.
I don't care. You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you. I don't even know if that's PG.
I'm sorry. I just had to do that. I'm sorry. Oh. You want to see it again?
I don't care. You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you. I don't even know if that's PG.
I'm sorry. Okay. Ahsoka's coming. Don't. Yeah, somebody's gonna clip that out. She's coming, right? Now, get 2 episodes left next week and the week after. 2 episodes left before the finale. And man, I know. Like I know, there's been some people that did not like how Thrawn looked. I thought Thrawn looked okay. His newsflash, guys, animation to live action, they're gonna look different. Okay, real actors compared to animation characters, they're gonna look different. Okay. And if you want to know something, like animation characters look ridiculous. In case of with structure, face structure especially, okay? Compared to the real people, how they look. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna rant on this much. It's because I don't know. There's not much to rant on, really. But I thought it was a good 5. I mean, 6 is better than 5. 5 is kind of like the only. I guess the Anakin stuff and the flashbacks to the Clone Wars stuff. That's good, but everything else is kind of like boring. But 6 is really good. 6 was good because we got a lot of we got to see Return of Thrawn, we got to see Ezra, we got to see Sabine, we got to see what Thrawn, what Thrawn is like. What's up? Why on Reynolds? And we got to see how why Balin is doing all what he's doing. And in his mind, he's doing it for a good reason, right? Good cause. He just wants the cycle of everything to end, right? Because he's right. Fall, rise of this, fall of that, rise of this again, fall of that, rise of this, fall of that. And he's right. And I think Balin is sick of it. Because he's lived it. I think a lot of things messed him up. In his past. I like Shin too, because Shin is young. Man, I really hope they don't kill off Shin. Shin could be useful. I mean, Balin has no future. obviously, because the actor. But Shin, I think, has a future. And us. And remember, Baden did live up to his promise of Sabine going to find Ezra. Good, good two episodes, 5 and 6. 5 was a little slow. 4 was really good. 6 was good. 7, 8 are up as the last two. But yeah, I'm gonna watch the pregame for football now. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Take care, guys.